Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into the official manual for one of the most powerful tools in data science, R, to show you how you can start thinking like a data analyst.
That's really the promise of R, isn't it? It's not just another program, it's a complete open-source environment that was built from the ground up for statistical computing, data analysis, and making these incredible visualizations. So let's see how it actually works.
So what is R, really? To get it, you have to kind of wrap your head around its core philosophy, which is probably a little different from other software you've used before.
The official manual calls R an environment, and that's a great word for it. Instead of just thinking about lines of code, I want you to picture a complete workshop. It's got places to store your data, all the tools you need for calculations, and a station for creating charts and graphs, all in one single integrated space.
And this really highlights a key difference in how you work with R. Instead of clicking a button and getting this massive one-time report, using R is more like having a conversation with your data. You run a command, you see the result, and then you decide what to do next. It's this back-and-forth process where you build your analysis step by step, which gives you total control.
So how does this whole environment actually organize your information? Well, it all starts with one simple but incredibly powerful idea. Literally, everything in R is an object. It's just a word for a container that can hold pretty much anything. A single number, a list of names, a whole table of data, or even a function that you've written yourself. This idea is absolutely central to how R works.
So the most basic object you'll run into is a vector, which is really just a fancy way of saying a list of items. As you can see right here, we're creating a numeric vector, we're calling it X, by just combining a set of numbers.
And this is where the magic happens. This is where R just shines. Instead of having to write some complicated loop to go through each number one by one, you can perform an operation on the entire vector with a single simple command. When you type 1 divided by x, R is smart enough to apply that calculation to every single element, all at once. It's what makes R so incredibly efficient.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's see how this idea builds from just a simple one-dimensional list into a structure that, honestly, anyone who's ever used a spreadsheet is going to recognize immediately. Think of it this way. If a vector is a single column of data, then the data frame is the whole table. This is R's go-to structure for storing data sets. It's got rows and columns, sure, but the cool part is that each column can be a totally different type of data. You can have a column of text right next to a column of numbers. And here's a perfect example, taken straight from the R manual itself. It's a data frame called accountants. You can see we have one column for their home state, which is text, and another column for their income, which the manual a little cheekily calls loot. That one's numeric. Now, this is absolutely crucial. R doesn't just see the home column as a random bunch of text. It's smart enough to understand it as a factor. And this is R's special way of handling categorical data. It knows that NSW is one group, QLD is another group, and so on. And that's essential if you want to do any kind of analysis based on those groups.
All right, so now that our data is all properly structured inside a data frame, and R actually understands our categories, we can put it to work. We can start asking some really interesting questions. So let's see how this all comes together. This is the aha moment. R has these powerful functions that let us ask some pretty sophisticated questions with very little code. For example, using a function called tapply, we can literally just tell R, hey, take the incomes, group them by states, and then calculate the average for each of those groups. And boom, there's the result. Instantly, R calculates the mean for each state and gives us back a clear, powerful insight. Just think about that. We've gone from raw, kind of jumbled data to a summary graphic in just a few logical steps. That's the core of what makes R so effective. And what we've just seen is really just scratching the surface. The base R environment is extended by thousands of free, user-created packages that you can download. Think of it like an app store for data analysis, with specialized tools for pretty much any field you can imagine. So, as we've seen, R isn't just about code. It's a language for interacting with your data. It gives you these simple building blocks, like vectors and data frames, that let you structure your information in a logical way, so you can ask powerful questions. Which really just leaves one final thought. What questions will you ask?